After years of abuse, Maha no longer lives in fear. At the age of 15, she was forced by her parents to marry a man 40 years her senior. With no friends or family to turn to, she came to this women's shelter in Lahore for help.
I used to be so scared. But when I came here, I became confident because I was given legal advice that helped me secure a divorce. And they also helped me find work.
It's for women and girls like Maha that campaigners have fought for the passage of the so-called Anti-Women's Practices Bill, which was unanimously passed by the National Assembly on Tuesday. According to the bill, anyone convicted of forcing a woman into a marriage will be sentenced to prison for 3 to 10 years or pay a fine of nearly $6,000. Those who force a woman to marry the Quran, an act aimed at preventing women from leaving the home or receiving inheritance, they will face 3 to 7 years in prison or pay a fine of nearly $6,000. And finally, anyone who deprives a woman of her inheritance will receive no less than 5 years in jail and a maximum sentence of 10 years. They must also pay a fine of up to $12,000. Rights activists have hailed the passage of the bill as a huge step forward for women in Pakistan.
I think it's an extremely important step. Of course, there are hurdles in its full passage, because it still has to go through the upper house and its approval. But the fact that National Assembly, there's a consensus, there's a larger number of people there, directly elected one, it has a moral value.
Still, there are questions as to how the law will be enforced, given the prevailing attitudes among many men here.
Men feel that a woman does not own property. That's general feeling amongst the men. You know, I wouldn't say they're part of Islam, these laws, but there will be tough resistance.
The passing of this bill is no doubt a huge step forward for women's rights in Pakistan, but a lot more still needs to be done to guarantee that this legislation is more than just words on paper, but an actual law that is effective. Imtiaz, Tyab, Al Jazeera, Lahore.